Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, October the 14th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our trading room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live in the mic, and I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays, and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In the email you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. Well, this is kind of maybe the moment we've been waiting for several weeks now, and let me just bring back SES. If you weren't in the trading room on Friday, this stock, a very low float, 1.3 million in the float, had a little bit of news about an acquisition. There's the pre-market action on Friday morning. Little bit of news acquiring I think an Australian mining company. There was the pop, kind of based here. It looked like it was going to, just settle in and really do nothing for the rest of the day. And then all of a sudden, it had that pop, and then this surge at the end. And this is, I think, that's right at 4 o'clock. So this is now after our action. This is the pre-market for SES. And look what it has done. It has gone all the way, well, it's still moving too. $16. Remember, this stock was $1.74. So this is what we call low float mania. And we haven't seen a runner like this in a long, long time. Probably a month, maybe even 2 months. We used to see maybe one or two of these a week, or one or two of these maybe every week, at least one a week. But we just really haven't seen many of these. And I was a little surprised because we weren't in earnings season, and that's typically when these low floaters, because traders are looking for something to trade. And this news, obviously I don't want to call it fluff. It's legitimate news and all that. But, is it legitimate enough to propel a stock from $2 to 16 in basically a day and a half? Probably not. But anyway, doesn't matter what I think. Traders are all over it. So with that in mind, we've got BIMI, BIMI. Same sort of thing. Now, this is a Chinese stock. And no action at all in the pre-market. No action whatsoever. No inkling that this was going to happen. But they also have acquired a company. And look at this, $1.50 all the way up to $6.24 on the high. And there it pop again. Who knows where this one is going? So it's the same kind of setup in terms of a company acquiring another company. And, traders are looking for the next low floater that's going to be on the move. And this one only has 3.7 million in the float. So this one is one that I actually traded twice. I got into this one, I think it was at, 312 on the 3 break. Got out at 329, the quick pop to 329. And then it came down, and I actually took a 2 cent loss. Yeah, I got out at 310, got back in right here at well, I guess it's not marked. I guess this is where I got back into it. 323, sold some here at 370, was very happy. It moved up, sold some at 423. And then as it got down below 4, I sold the balance at I think it was 394, and figured, okay, maybe that's it. Look at this bottoming tail all the way down there, but it isn't over. And I jokingly said, it wouldn't surprise me if this actually finished higher than SES. Now, my thinking was that eventually, there's going to be a massive bunch of selling with the SES, and it could start to move down quite a bit. And then, traders are always looking for the next one. And BIMI, of course, it already kind of is the next one. And I was looking more at this area here that traders might start to look at it, because I think the SES was starting to fall a little bit right here. But anyway, we'll see. This could have a second day. When you look at it let's take a look at it on the weekly time frame. And, it has some room up to the 7 level, right there. But, all bets are off. We have no idea where this is going. Traders are all wrapped up in these low floaters. Now, Yuma was another one. It just didn't quite sustain itself. At least let me take a look at it on the 15. And Yuma has been one. This is another low float situation, 1.3 million in the float, and a lot choppier than the other one though. But nonetheless, it's up 62%. And if you look at it I think I had the weekly chart up here. Yeah, I mean it had let's see, 4 weeks ago it did get as high as 660, and it just basically fell over the next 3 weeks after that. Maybe having a bit of a comeback, but I really think it's because traders are looking for low float stocks right now that have the potential to move, regardless of the reason. Now, I actually looked at the Yuma to see if there's any news. There doesn't appear to be any news on it. But notwithstanding that, it is moving. It's had a great day, up 62%. So we are definitely, maybe the start of some low floaters that are really going to start to move, which is great. It comes also with earnings season. Earnings season will start really tomorrow. Let's take a look at JP Morgan. Yeah, so JP Morgan releases earnings before the market opens tomorrow. Alcoa the day after. We have Goldman Sachs. So we have some of the really big banks releasing earnings tomorrow. And then Alcoa the day after. And then I think there are something like 200 companies releasing earnings this week. But after next week, there's something like 800. So, I mean, we are really going to be getting lots of when I say great earnings plays, what I really mean by that are more trend plays. Typically what we see is that stock releases earnings, not every one of them, of course. We have to sift through the 200 this week, but you usually have a fairly good clue if you have some kind of an earnings filter or earnings window up. And hopefully what we'll start to see is just some stocks that release earnings and have a nice trend for the day. Or at least several hours, instead of chopping around like what we've seen over the last 3 weeks or so. So that's why I love earnings season. Usually there are several during the day that will have good trends either to the upside or the downside, and that's why earnings season is always interesting. Let's take a look at the watch list. Oh, too bad. I got rid of the. Let me just see here. TNK. I got rid of the chart. Well, I can tell you right now, TNK 211. It did get up to 220. Here, I'll bring this in, or I'll bring in a 15-minute chart here. Just a small one, I know. The Flexion 1384. It got up to 1454. Of course, the aforementioned SES 1072. My goodness, gets all the way up there. This was a real creeper. 2256, and it got basically it put on $1. So a little more of a relaxing trade than the other ones. There's the Yuma at 428. It hit 477. And then the TK really struggling to try to get through 5, but it still has room. If it can get through 5, this one still has room, and this is a tanker, of course. So lots of good action actually from the watch list, and I'm anticipating that maybe for the balance of this week, once we start getting some earnings plays, and then for about a month. Because that's what happened last time when I first started this watch list. It was about a good solid month where we had some really good trending plays because of earnings. All right, well, I definitely want to get back into the room and see where this BIMI is going to end up. And another one I should point this one out, maybe, is the IPWR. This is another low floater, 1.45 million in the float, and if you look at it on the weekly chart, you can see it does have room. So this is another one that we're kind of watching, and I may miss it because I'm doing this video, but that's okay. But another low floater. The problem with it when I was watching it is that the spread basically. Let me just get rid of this. The spread was really preventing us from trading it. I know I'm still in. I haven't brought back the capture program. So anyway, guys, I want to get back into the room, and so I'll shut this down, and hopefully, just watching this IPWR to see if it takes out 310. So have a great evening, everybody, and hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye bye.